Hi and welcome, more importantly, Merry Christmas! My name is Helena and I'm the creator behind Fabel Knitwear, where I have knitting patterns, hand-dyed yarn and buttons. Merry Christmas if you celebrate it. I am here today to show you the 2019 Advent calendars. I put them up for pre-order this autumn, and as this is the first year I'm doing them, I thought, oh, if 5 people want them, that's really fun. Then so I have someone to share an Advent with. But then a lot of people ordered them, which obviously made it even better. And it's been a lot of fun dyeing these up, listening to Christmas music, drinking tea and hot chocolate and julebrus, which is the best, which is a Norwegian Christmas soda. You only have it for Christmas. And just planning everything, packing it up, such fun. Really got me in the Christmas spirit. What's better? I offered the Advent calendar up on 4 different bases, 2 superwash and 2 non-superwash. The 2 superwash were Athena, which is my gold Stellina merino base in fingering weight, and then Bonnie DK, which is a blue faced Leicester DK weight. Oh. And then for the non-superwash you have Usk, which is a Norwegian yarn, heavy fingering light sport weight, and then there is Elder, which is my DK weight merino, also non-superwash. So depends what you fancy, what weight you like, and whether or not you prefer superwash or non-superwash yarn. Now I wanted to offer the same colorways on all the bases, which is just not tricky, but with non-superwash it doesn't take colour the same way. It's all a bit more muddy in a way, or like grubby. Although still nice, it's just a very different look, and you can't do the same sort of speckles that you can with the superwash. And as the orders started coming in, it was clear that Usk was by far the most popular base. So when I started dyeing them, I sort of finished the colour, so to speak, on Usk to make sure it would also look good on the base that is the most difficult to dye up the way I want to do, if that makes any sense. So I knew that if I could make them look great on Usk, they would look amazing on the others. Anyway, whereas if I started dyeing a colour on one of the superwash bases, it wouldn't have been a guaranteed great result on Usk. So that's where I started. I started experimenting. I had all the ideas and everything. I had like a variety of colours I wanted to try and then put together the ones that came out the very best. The Advent calendar was based on Norwegian Christmas traditions, and as I've said before, I'm by no means stating that we only have these in Norway. There are, of course, similar traditions all across the world, but we just also have them here and there, close to my heart and what Christmas means to me. So that's the colours that I wanted to try to capture. So, and when they were done, oh my god, when I had them, I'm so happy with these, and I can't wait to share them. Maybe you've already seen them on Instagram. I've done reveals every Sunday. Instead of doing a 24 mini skein calendar, which I know a lot of people do, I don't really use mini skeins, and so it felt more natural for me to do 100 grams every Sunday and then one for Christmas Day. So there are a total of 5 skeins, 100 gram skeins, that you open every Sunday, that you have opened every Sunday of Advent, along with some little bits and bobs. So I just really want to share them. Pardon. So first, let's just dive in. I wanted to go, I'm going to show you each base. So I'm going to start with Athena, just because I have it here. As I said, Athena is my fingering weight gold Stellina. And the very first colour that you got was Kakemenn. Kakemenn is a Norwegian baked good that you get for Christmas. I've never seen them anywhere else, but I'm not gonna say they're not. They are made with flour, sugar, butter, milk, and then corn salt, which is like baker's ammonia, I think is what you call it. They're delicious, and then we decorate them with food colouring in green and red, usually, and you make them in the shape of a man or a woman. This is Kakemenn. It has the base colour is the same as Fleur, one of my colourways, so it's creamy, almost pinkish cream on top of with this green and red sort of striped speckling. The first day also you get this, a little card, like a reference card of the inspiration. These are Kakemenn, and there's a little stitch marker, Christmassy stitch marker. These will vary, everyone will have gotten slightly different ones. We have, ooh, there's loads of them here. So yeah, there's trees and angels and candy canes and just all sorts of, oh, that's not very easy, fun little things. So everyone will have gotten different ones, random which one you've gotten. I've made sure you don't get the same one twice. So this was the first Sunday of Advent, including the pattern for the Rembrandt beret. Kakemenn. And then the second Sunday of Advent, Nisse. So for those of you who are not Norwegian or like Scandinavian, a Nisse is like an old Scandinavian mythological creature that usually lives around the farm and the stable, helps out, but you don't never see them. Helps out around the farm, usually live in the stables, as I said. And for Christmas you put out a bowl of porridge and some milk, and Christmas morning they'll all be gone. Thanks, Dad. And it's just old tradition. It's not really Santa. It's kind of become more like Santa with like the merging of, well, just Coca-Cola really. But they look a bit more like an American garden gnome than like Santa. If you just Google Norwegian Nisse, you'll get loads of fun pictures. They usually wear lusekofte, which is a traditional Norwegian knit, and then they have vadmelsbukser, which are woolen trousers, big leather boots, and nisselue, which is its hat, which is very similar to Santa's, to be honest. Here is the card, reference card. You have two Nisse, a woman and a man, walking through the snow, holding a lantern. And again, there's a little stitch marker. I love this on Athena. This is a lot redder than any of my other reds. This is like bright, perfect Christmas red. And also, if you didn't notice, I've made my labels for the advent calendar have a little feature. It's the same, except there is a small tumpap, I don't know what that is in English, sitting on some branches with some holly and pine cones. This was really fun to do. Just a Christmas feature. So there's this, and there is also two Nymphaea buttons. The Nymphaea buttons are these ones. They're my design. These are my design. They were the first button that I had produced. You'll get two of these, either in cream or green. It's random which color you get. So in total, this is day 2. Oh, day 2. Sunday number 2, the second Sunday of Advent. Nisselue. And then the third Sunday of Advent. Pepperkake men non-stop. Pepperkake means gingerbread or gingerbread cookie. It's not the baked cake that you can get in the US, probably elsewhere as well, but it's the cookie. Non-stop is a Norwegian version of like Smarties. They're delicious. They're darker chocolate than Smarties and they have other colours and they just taste way better in my opinion. So this is pepperkake men non-stop. It's like a gingerbready, caramelly brown with speckles of green, yellow, orange and red, which is some of the colours that the pepperkake, some of the colours that non-stop comes in. In Norway we usually make, and people make gingerbread houses as well, but the most common is making hearts and then decorating them and hanging them in the window. So that's really nice. This is, I couldn't find any good pictures of that, so the reference picture is a gingerbread house with it non-stop. So there you have it. And there is also a pattern for the forest berry scarf for the third Sunday of Advent. For the fourth Sunday of Advent and also the last Sunday, the colour is Du grønne glitrende. This is Du grønne glitrende is a Christmas song about our Christmas tree. It means like, oh, green glittering. That's a very direct translation, not very poetic. That's what it means, and it's a Christmas song about the Christmas tree. This is a deep, like evergreen green, and I love it. This is a lot darker than any of my other greens, and deeper. And on Athena, with the gold stellina, this is just perfection. There is also, this is the reference card. It's a vintage Norwegian Christmas card. Little kids wearing their bunads, walking around the tree. And then stitch marker. And there is also 2 Regina buttons. The Regina buttons on my second button, they are the blue shank buttons. There they are. Blue shank buttons with a royal sun, inspired by 17th and 18th century royalty and this motifs they used. So this is the 4th Sunday of Advent. And then we have Christmas Day. This is probably a weird one if you're not Norwegian, because the Christmas colorway, like the main Christmas Day colorway, is Tre nøtter til Askepott. This is it's a Norwegian Christmas tradition. It's a film shown on Christmas at 11 o'clock every Christmas morning, and it's been done since 1996, I believe. However, this is not a Norwegian Christmas film. This is a Czech Christmas film from the Czech Republic. It was made in 1976, 72, 76, 73. It was made in the 1970s, early 1970s in the Czech Republic, and it has been shown on and off every Christmas in Norway since like 1975, I think. Yes, and then like every once in a while, and then 1996 it's been showing every Christmas morning since then at 11 o'clock, I think. So it's been part of my every Christmas I've ever celebrated, which is very strange, I guess, if you're not Norwegian, but for us it's just magic. And it's beautifully made, like with costumes. Oh, it's so nice. It's super Christmassy. It's a Cinderella story. But the best thing in Norwegian is the dub. There's one man who has dubbed everything, and he'll do all the voices. So you'll hear the Czech voices in the background, and then his voice on top of it. All the voices, and it just makes Christmas. And the music is magic. Oh, so you're probably very curious about the colour. So most of the lovely customers who purchased the calendar were mostly Norwegian, but there were more international customers than I expected. But because there were so many Norwegian ones, and this is a Norwegian inspired calendar. Oh, they're actually emptying the garbage. So sorry. But yeah, so I wanted to do Tre nøtter til Askepott on Christmas morning because you can open it and then you can watch it. Oh, which is just missing in this is the colour. It's a pastely, icy white with variegations of light blush pink and icy lavender blue. Oh, go away. It's going away. Which is the whole Tre nøtter til Askepott vibe. By the way, Tre nøtter til Askepott would translate to something along the lines of like 3 acorns or 3 nuts for Cinderella. So she gets 3 wishes. This is the reference picture. This is Cinderella. This is the prince. They're at the ball and he's falling in love with her. Little stitchmonger. And she's wearing this gorgeous light pink and silvery icy blue gown, and he's wearing like a silvery blue and white ensemble, and that's where this came from. I hope if you are Norwegian you got the reference. I love it. So, and there's also a pattern on this day as well. If you chose a fingering weight base, then you will get the pattern for, or you will have gotten the pattern for the juniper jacket, and then for the DK, the pattern for the nutcracker jumper. I want to give you some festive Christmassy patterns. So all in all, we have these are the Christmas 2019 Fabel Knitwear Advent Calendars. I wanted to do 2 solids or semi-solids, as solid as it go, as you get for hand-dyed, because it's going to make it a lot easier to knit them together if you so choose. 5 different speckled and variegated skeins, probably not going to be able to use them. Maybe not together, unless you're very sporty, but I feel like with this you can tie pretty much all of these together using the red and the green. So that's why there's also 2 semi-solids in there, make it easier to actually use because a lot of single skeins, maybe you buy them and then you love them, but what are you going to use them for? But hopefully this will tie it all together, like for instance, like these are amazing together. These are amazing together, Kakemenn. To be fair, like you can use any of them. Endless possibilities. So that's like the for the introduction, I just want to quickly show you what they look like on the other bases, in case, because I'm going to do an advent calendar again next year. So you'll get a reference of what the colours look like in comparison to each other, depending on which base you get. So for instance, we have Bonnie DK, which is one of my absolute favourite bases to dye. First up, Kakemenn, the speckles. The speckles show up very nicely on this. So lovely yarn to dye. Takes colour beautifully. This is Kakemenn, Bonnie DK. Then you have Nisse. You get a very lovely saturated red on this. You have Pepperkake med non-stop. This might be my favourite base to have for this colourway, because just every colour shows up so beautifully. You can see at the top here. You can see the yellow, the orange, the green, the red. Everything pops really nicely. De grønne glitrende. Again, lovely deep saturated colour on that base, and 3 nøtter til Askepott. Again, I feel like all the different hues of the lavender and the pink, the cream, they all mesh together so beautifully without becoming muddy. I love dyeing this base. And also, I've said this before, but Blue Face Leicester, you can wear it loads and loads and it's not going to pill. And it's soft. So let's move on to the non-superwash. We'll start with Usk, which is the fingering weight Norwegian wool. We have Kakemenn. You still get, it's not all muddied up, but it's a bit more rustic than, like this is just to compare. You can see how much these pop in comparison to this. But this also knits up very subtly. It's very subtle when you knit it. It's a bit more flowy, if you can use that description. And then we have Nisse, which is also very nice on this. I really like solids on this yarn. Semi-solids, I should say. This is also very nice and saturated. And then Pepperkake med non-stop. I really enjoy on this. The speckles show up a lot better than you can actually see all the colours. Although it's not like a speckle, it's still very nice and distinct, like they're all distinguished from each other. Also the base colour on this, like the gingerbread colour, it's very nice on that base. And then de grønne glitrende. Again, love it on this base. And last but definitely not least, 3 nøtter til Askepott. The colours show up a bit more subtle on this base because it is a variegated skein. I think it's become darker. Maybe you can see. It's still very nice on this. They do sort of mesh together a bit more, just because the fibre doesn't take the colour as intensely. And then the last base is Elder, which is my non-superwash DK weight merino. I love this yarn. Here we have Kakemenn, For being non-superwash, this base takes colours so well. Everything looks great on this base. So I can do the same colourways as I can do on superwash on Elder. Then we have Nisse. You can't go wrong with these semi-solids on any base, to be honest. Pepperkake med non-stop. These are very nice. I don't know if you can see the yellow, but there's some lovely yellow in there. Tycker den är liten där. This green is probably my favourite green that I've ever dyed. Tennötter till askepott. And the pinks and the lavenders in this are stunning. So now I've shown you all the colorways on all the 4 bases, just to give you like a reference of how to dye up. I'm super happy with them on all bases. If I wasn't, I wouldn't have done it. But if you're curious about what they look like and what the differences are, and maybe you want to join in next year, then you have obviously different colors next year, but you can kind of see the difference in how the colors dye up on all the 4 different bases that I've offered up this year. Guessing I'll do the same ones next year, because there was a spread of what people wanted. Ask was definitely the most popular, which is fun, and apart from that it was very even, so that's good. Let me just do a quick recap of them all again. There you have them. I hope if you got the calendar that you enjoyed it, that you were happy with it, that you maybe thought of a pattern that you want to use anything for. I have several patterns for where you can use all these, although I don't have a lot of colour work, but you know, just for the base in general, there's loads of lovely one skein patterns out there if you want to do that, or you can use them as colour work together by another colour in a sweater quantity and then use these for colour work. That would be gorgeous. Hats, socks, so many options. I cannot wait to, I don't know which base I would choose. Oh my goodness, I'm so tempted to like dye up one set of each colour on each base, but that would be incredibly wasteful. I would never have time to knit that. I'm gonna choose one of them though. I'm not sure which. I don't know. They're all wonderful. I love them. So this was the 2019 Fabel Knitwear Advent Calendar. There's also all the reference pictures. I hope if you had the calendar that you enjoyed getting, and that they made it like a bit more, just an extra touch. And then these lovely fun little stitch markers that I made, as well as the Regina and Nymphia buttons. That was the calendar. I had such fun dyeing them and making them and packing them and everything. I hope if you're one of the recipients that you also enjoyed it and then you're happy with it and then you want to join in again next year. If so, you should post pictures. I love to see what you post. Post pictures of the skeins, post pictures of what you're knitting with them. Use the hashtags Fabel Knitwear hand dyed yarn or FK yarn, and then I'll definitely get to see it, which is the best because obviously I follow my own hashtags. And yeah, I love it. If you have any questions, let me know. Drop me a message on Instagram, Ravelry, send me an email, whatever, what have you. I also for the photo shoot, by the way, photo shoot when I took pictures of the colours, I made Kakemenn, which is a Norwegian Christmas cookie. They are delicious. It's so easy to make. When I moved away from Kristiansund, which is my hometown, and went to school, I made these for Christmas and no one knew what they were, except if they were from Vestlandet, which is the west coast. I think they're Vestland's good. Never had seen them made anywhere else. Well, I'm not gonna say that's how it is, but if you want to make them, all you need to do, you need melis, which I think is called icing sugar in English, meal, which is flour, you need butter, you need cocoa powder, and you need vanilla extract powder. So easy. And you take the butter, room temperature butter, with the icing sugar and the flour, and then you mix it together. It takes ages to get the consistency right because it just feels like powder forever, and suddenly it's a proper dough. And then you split it in half, and then there's cocoa powder in one, vanilla extract powder in one. Wrap them in plastic foil, put them in the fridge for about an hour, take them out, roll them out into long like sausages, and then you place brown, white, and then on top of that brown, white, and you just mush them so that they don't fall apart. And you cut them, and then you bake them on 170 degrees for 10 minutes. Then let them cool down until they're crispy, and you get these so good. I can eat these all day. Oh my god, they're so nice. If I tempted you, Kakemenn or Pepperkake. Just as a quick note at the very end, I'm wearing the owlery blouse, which is the last and fourth pattern in the Magical Places collection. Isn't, if I'm allowed to say about my own pattern, I think this is magnificent. Oh, I am allowed to say that, right? It's knit in a single fingering weight solid yarn. Here I've used merino tweed, and then a single strand of mohair for the sleeves and the top. And I have a lymphia button here. You can also do that, and it's a bit more open, and you can cool down a bit because mohair is very warm. That's what I'm wearing. Stand up so you can see. These sleeves. Oh my! There's also not much time left now, but if you're super quick and you have loads of time for your Christmas holidays, two knit-alongs happening. There's the Fables of Knitting 2019 Cal, which is knit any of my patterns or any patterns I mentioned in this podcast, cast on and cast off in 2019, ends on the 1st of January 2020. And then there is the Diagonally Knit-along, where you have to knit the Diagonally jumper, which is one of my patterns that I published this autumn. Deadline 1st of January 2020. So maybe if you're very quick, or if you have cast on something but you haven't had the motivation to finish, now is your time. Join in, there are prizes. I will randomly select one winner from Instagram and one winner from Ravelry. You can join on both places. So yes, just quick announcements towards the very end. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Christmas holiday, if you are celebrating and if you have time off. I know I am. I'm pre-recording this. I am future Helena will currently be in California for Christmas, which I'm guessing is both strange and fun. So I had to pre-record this. But enjoy the rest of your holiday if you are celebrating. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! We have the first layer on trenøtter til Askepott. Second layer. It's probably gonna get fully. Oh, I said trenøtter til Askepott. I meant Kakemenn. My bad. This is Kakemenn. This is Kakemenn. And this is Kakemenn. This is styled only. We have the colorway trenøtter til Askepott, which is one of the Advent colorways. It's drying. Dyed this up yesterday.